Hey everybody, today we talk about electronics and adapters. Stay tuned.
From the beginning to the end it's been, swear your promises they never change, your people will never be put to shame.
Okay, probably the two most common questions I get from people who are going to Israel with me is, what electronics can I take with me, and how would I charge them? And so I'd like to answer both of those questions here in this video. So let's start with electronics. You can take anything you want to take. You just have to remember that you need to be responsible for it. You need to carry it. You need to watch it. Now, start with a phone. Phones are great anymore. Modern phones take great pictures. We'll talk about photography in another video, but these are just a wonderful device to take with you for multiple reasons, and for many people that's all the electronics they'll really need to take. What would you do with your phone? Well, you have three options. Number one is that you would just turn off the cellular as soon as you arrive in Israel or wherever you're traveling to first, and then you'd only use your phone with Wi-Fi. And Wi-Fi is very inexpensive in most hotels, or sometimes absolutely free. And so that's a good plan. However, you can only check your email or whatever a couple of times a day when you have access to Wi-Fi. A second option is to purchase a SIM card. And a SIM card would be used, say, for instance, in Israel, where you would land and change your card to an Israeli SIM card. They're inexpensive. It might cost you $30 for the entire time, but there is some downsides to it as well. So if that's of an interest to you, let me know and we can talk about that. A third option is to call your provider and ask for an international plan. Now, there's multiple kinds of international plans. I purchase a $10 a day plan, which provides me all the services that I have here in the States. It's an amazing thing where I land in another country and my phone works like it does here. Again, $10 a day is expensive, but for me, I use it a lot and the convenience is well worth it. Now, tablets, people say, should I take a tablet? I think if you have one, you probably want to take it. I'm going to provide for you an Israeli tour book that I have made, designed over the last number of years, that will work really well in your tablet, particularly in an iPad. And I'll be providing that to you just shortly before we leave on the trip. So even today with tablets, you can use them for downloading photos and so forth. Again, I'll talk about that in another video. But iPad is certainly a good option, and some of you may want to take your laptop because you are going to do work while you're there and you just need access to a laptop. That's fine. It will be safe if you want to leave it on the bus during the day. In the evenings, in the hotels, I think it'll be very safe. I have taken one for years, and no problem at all. Again, it just provides more weight for you to carry in between, on your travels. So you'll want to decide if it's worth it to you. Now let's move to adapters. Adapters come in multiple sizes and colors, and they are so valuable when you're in Israel or wherever you're traveling outside of the United States. Let me tell you first of all about how these adapters work. Now, if you want the actual term for these, this is a Type C adapter, which works in all of Europe and in Israel. There's also a Type H adapter that only works in Israel. It works well. It has 3 prongs instead of 2, but it doesn't work in all of the outlets. Now, I would just suggest that you get the Type C, the European adapters, because that way you can use them in any other country in Europe, as well as using it in the nation of Israel. However, if you prefer to get the Israeli adapters, you can do that. And again, I'll put a link below for you to purchase those. As I said, they are in multiple shapes and colors, and you can take as many along as you think you might need. However, one trick that I've been using for years now is I take with me a small power strip. Again, I'll put the link below to this one, but you can take any as long as it doesn't have a light or a switch in it. That's the important thing. Now, a small power strip like this, you just take and plug it into your adapter, plug the adapter into the wall, and now you have 4 US plugs that you don't need adapters for. So you can just take a US plug and plug it right in. In fact, in this case, 4 of them with using only 1 adapter. Problem is, most of the hotels, whether you're in Israel or Europe, would not have strong enough current, the 200 volt current, in the restrooms, in the toilets. And so what you'll need to do is, if you want to curl your hair or dry your hair or whatever, you'll probably need to do that out in the room somewhere using an adapter or, again, one of the power strips. One more thing that you can do is, these have become very inexpensive, and this is just a small charger that charges 4, and some of them I've seen charge 5 or even 6 USB devices at one time. And so you would take this, use your adapter or your power strip, plug it into the wall, and it saves taking lots of chargers. Very convenient. They sell for $10 or $15 in many places. Now, most people don't need to take converters anymore. We haven't taken converters for years. If you think you might need one for an older electronic device, talk to me. These are the converters we used to take. They were unreliable. It was difficult, but today almost any device you have, I'm talking about a razor, I'm talking about a phone or a hair dryer or curling iron, almost all of them are dual voltage. That means right on them it'll say 100 to 200 or 110 and 220 voltage. That means it converts the voltage right inside the device. So double check your device, but it would be very unusual anymore to have a device that would not provide the dual voltage. It's so convenient for travel anymore, and we sure have gotten spoiled by it. Okay, that's my advice when it comes to electronics and adapters. If you have further questions that I've not covered here, please feel free to jot a comment or a question in the comment section below. Whether you're watching this on YouTube or on Facebook, I'll provide a place for you to make comments, and I will monitor that and try to respond to you. Again, you want to travel as light as possible, and 1 or 2 adapters would probably be all you need if you get the small power strip. It saves a lot of space in your luggage. Thanks for watching.